Good afternoon. I just said that I'd call in and wish you all the very best with your voting. To clarify, no, I'm not running for the locals, I'm just running in Europe. Democracy is very important. We have to preserve it, and at a time like this, when we have a lot of economic challenges, it's very important that we all participate as fully as we can in the democratic process. So I'm delighted that so many people have come here today. The Dublin of the 21st century is my Dublin, it's your Dublin, it's our Dublin. And we all have to take part in whatever way we can to ensure that whatever decisions we make at City Council or at national or at European level reflect the wishes of everybody who's living in Dublin. And what I always say to people is, for me, a Dubliner of the 21st century is the people who are living here. And by being involved in the political system, by influencing your local candidates, by grouping together a vote, you can really influence where Dublin goes in the future.
Last year, the Africa Centre and the New Communities Partnership, NCP, we came together to join forces in promoting and advocating for Africans and other immigrants to register and speak their minds where voting is concerned.
If you look at it there, you have on the right-hand side the candidates. So these are going to be the candidates for the local government election. So their pictures will be on the right-hand side. And on the right of that, you have the boxes. So in Ireland, the way people voted here is that you mark according to your choice from number 1 to how many candidates are there, probably if it is 10. So your first choice is number 1. If only you are voting for 3 people, the person you have chosen, number 1, the second person will have number 2, the third person will have number 3. It doesn't matter that there are 10 people there, so you give number 10 to the person you want. So that means it's the last person you have chosen.
Dublin City Council has a very good record of engaging with the citizens. It has a very good record of consultation and of talking to people, and certainly our intercultural unit is a unit that we're very proud of in the city. So use your vote as best you can to advance what it is that you want for Dublin now in June, but then after that, stay engaged with the city. Don't make the mistake that many of our emigrants made in the 1950s when they went to places like England, and they lived very much in their own communities. You had the Irish community in Manchester, and they went to the Mass on Sunday with the Irish priest, and they went to the Irish club on a Saturday night, etc. And they stayed very much among themselves. Get out there and mix with all of the other people who are part of Dublin and make Dublin the integrated city that it needs to be, and it will only become that if we all, each and every one of us, play our part. I'm delighted to see some of these smaller children here because they're very much the future for Dublin, and we all need to work very hard to create that future for our young people. So vote well on the 5th of June. I'm not going to recommend whatever party it is, because for me the democratic process is far more important than any party political issues. But stay engaged long after the 5th of June. Make yourselves a part of your local community. Everybody has something to contribute, and it's very important that you use whatever gifts you have to enhance your community, not just the community of the country that you come from, but the community where you're living now. That's very, very important. So thank you for having me here today. Thank you.
I'm Colm Stevens. I'm the candidate for the People Before Profit Alliance for the Dublin City Council in the North Inner City elections. I'm delighted to be here at this event organised by the NCP. I was actually an immigrant myself at one stage, an immigrant to another country though. I lived for 8 years in Germany, so I do appreciate somewhat the difficulties that people have when they go to a new country with perhaps poor language skills, as I did, but with a good education, as many of our immigrants have. This election is taking place at a crucial time for Ireland, for the people who live in this city, whether Irish or immigrants. Allied to that, we see an increase in racist attacks. Now, I think that's a very worrying development, and is something that I will make a priority to fight with you, with Irish people, with immigrant people, to combat these racist attacks.
I'm from South Africa. I arrived here in 2001. I just want to make a couple of things clear because in most cases when people look at an African, they just think he's an asylum seeker. So I just want to make that one clear. And there's nothing wrong being an asylum seeker, but I just want to make that one clear that I'm an immigrant and I've been paying my taxes in this country from 2001 up to date. I'll be asking you to vote for change this year because you've got only one shot in life. You don't use this one, it's not going to come around until 2014. So you have the chance this year to turn around things and make sure that you vote for me. I will shake things up here. I will definitely do something for you.
My name is Maureen O'Sullivan and I'm very new to the political scene. I worked with a man called Tony Gregory who is independent and who has been a member of the Dublin City Council and the Dáil for 28 years, and he passed away very suddenly last January. So the group of us, and we were all involved in our communities as community activists or with youth clubs in my case, and we all agreed with Tony Gregory's principles, which was that the community should make their own decisions, and the whole idea of community empowerment. I live in East Wall, which is a community not too far from here. We have a number of new people coming in there as well, and we're trying as well. You know, we're trying to figure out how's the best way to invite people, and we are absolutely trying to work on that. We have a new community centre that's just been opened. So I think that people doing small things in their own way, because I think that's how change comes about, small ripples first. The one thing that I have discovered is that, like Tony Gregory, I can be available to people and I can help in any practical way that I can. And it might be to find out something about housing or health or whatever. They're the things that are coming up on the ground with people. So at the end of the day, I don't know how much change we can bring about in that sense, in a practical sense, except by working together. And I think it's by example in a lot of cases that change can come about, and by us working together.